everyone. Before we will start our presentation, I would like to inform you that this is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material. So today, we're going to discuss sustainable development. So what is sustainable development? It is an approach to growth that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It involves balancing economic, social, and environmental considerations to create a more resilient and equitable future. An example of sustainable development is the implementation of renewable energy sources like solar or wind power to meet energy needs. This approach addresses current energy requirements while reducing reliance on finite resources and minimizing environmental impact for the benefit of future generations. So to know more about sustainable development, it will be discussed by my group mates. And thank you.
In my part, I will differentiate stability from sustainability. As we all know, stability and sustainability are related concepts, but they have distinct meaning, especially in the context of global development. Stability, it refers to a ability of a system or entity to maintain a relatively constant state or equilibrium over time. Samples in the context of economic stability often implies steady economic growth, low inflation, low unemployment. We also have political stability that involves absences of drastic changes or upheavals of government or political system. Lastly, we have social stability. It relates the overall well-being and harmony within a society, including factors like social cohesion and order. While sustainability, on the other hand, is about meeting needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And also, it involves balancing economic, social, and environmental consideration to ensure that development is not only viable in a short term, but also in a long term. And we have sustainable development encompasses the integration of economic growth, social equity, and environmental protection. Also, we have sustainable development seeks to address the interconnectedness and economic, social, and environmental system to create a resilient and enduring global framework. And here are the articulate models of global sustainability development. By the way, it shows that similar models and frameworks have been proposed to guide global sustainability development, recognizing the need to balance economic, social, and environmental dimensions. Here are some models. We have Roldan Commission. The Roldan Commission in 1987 defined sustainable development as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. This definition emphasizes the integrational and interrelatedness aspect of sustainability. We have also the three pillars. This model recognizes three pillars of sustainability: the economic, social, and environmental sustainable development occurs at the intersection of these pillars, ensuring that progress in one area does not compromise their own. We also have donut economics, developed by economist Kate Raworth. The donut economics model visualizes sustainable development as the space between social foundation that ensuring that no one falls below in a minimum standard of living, ensuring that humans' activities do not exceed the Earth's capacity to support them. The circular economy model promotes the efficient use of resources, minimizing waste and environmental impact. It focuses on the design products system that are regenerative and can be reused, repaired, or recycled. And that would be all.
Good day, everyone. Today we'll talk about the history of SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals. Did you know that the Sustainable Development Goals were born at the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 2012. The objective was to produce a set of universal goals that meet the urgent environmental, political, and economical challenges facing our world. So the history of Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, can be traced back to the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, or also known as Rio Plus 20. Again, Rio Plus 20. That is held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 2012. The conference recognized the need for a set universal goals to address global challenges and build on the Millennium Development Goals, or also known as MDGs. Okay? Did you know that in September 2015 in United Nations General Assembly formally adopted the 2030 Agenda, or in the future, that is for sustainable development. This agenda includes 17 SDGs with 169 targets. Again, this agenda includes 17 SDGs with 169 targets, covering a broad range of social, economical, and environmental issues. The SDGs aim to address poverty, hunger, health, education, gender equality, clean water, climate action, and more by the year 2030. The adoption of the SDGs mark a global commitment to more sustainable and equitable future. To explain it briefly, the purpose of Sustainable Development Goals is sustainability, or to sustain, which means that the SDGs aim to promote sustainable development by addressing various interconnected issues, including poverty, inequality, environmental degradation, and social injustice. The comprehensive purpose is to create a more sustainable and inclusive world where economical, social, and environmental progress occurs in harmony, ensuring a better quality of life for current and future generations.
My topic is, what is 17 Sustainable Development Goals of UN? The United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals aim to address global challenges and improve the well-being of people and the planet. So first, no poverty. End poverty in all its forms everywhere. Number 2, zero hunger. End hunger. Achieve food security and promote sustainable agriculture. Number 3, good health and well-being. Ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Number 4, quality education. Ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Number 5, gender equality. Achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. 6, clean water and sanitation. Ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. 7, affordable and clean energy. Ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. 8, decent work and economic growth. Promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. 10, reduce inequality. Reduce inequality within and among countries. 11, sustainable cities and communities. Make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. 12, responsible consumption and production. Ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. 13, climate action. Take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. 14. Life below water. Conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. 15. Life on land. Protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and halt unreserved land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. 16. Peace, justice, and strong institutions. Promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. 17. Partnerships for the goals. Strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnerships for sustainable development. Each goal encompasses specific targets and indicators to measure progress towards sustainable development. So that's all. Thank you.
And I'm here to discuss the first, second, third, fourth, and the fifth Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations. So the first is no poverty. So have you ever think about what exactly is poverty? So poverty is a situation that prevents people from meeting their basic needs due to a lack of resources. So poverty is not only having money, but it's also not having access to things that may seem basic, such as food, clean water, a home, or a simple visit to the doctor. So based on all these factors, we can see that poverty goes far beyond the lack of income and resources. It's a situation that results in people not having a dignified and happy life. So according to data from the United Nations, almost half of the world's population lives in poverty. So that's a lot of people. So that's why the first Sustainable Development Goal of United Nations is to end poverty around the world and improve the lives of million people. So that's the first Sustainable Development Goals. So the second Sustainable Development Goal of United Nations is zero hunger. So what is hunger? So being hungry is a physical sensation that indicates the need to eat, but it also refers to the lack of basic for adequate nutrition. So did you know that more than 800 million people in the world suffer from hunger every day? Yes, you heard right. Every day. So because of this kind of situation, the United Nations considered ending hunger to be one of its most important Sustainable Development Goals. So the United Nations aims to end hunger all over the world to ensure a better future and a more dignified life for all. So United Nations has proposed a series of measures to end world hunger. So one of them is to help developing countries improve their food production so that they become more autonomous and less dependent on other countries. So that's the second Sustainable Development Goal of United Nations. So now, let's talk about the third Sustainable Development Goal of United Nations. So the third is good health and well-being. So providing a healthy life and well-being for all people is essential for sustainable development. So according to the United Nations, millions of people die every year because they can't access medicine or medical care. Also, many children die each year from malnutrition or because they can't access medicine. So, nutrition is a fundamental to ensure good health. So, did you know that the nutrition we receive as children has a really big impact on us when we will become adults? For example, vaccines and treatment for malaria or hepatitis can prevent thousands of us or people from suffering serious health problems. So that's why improving the health and well-being of everyone in this world is very, very important. In fact, this is why it's the third Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations. And now, let's talk about the fourth Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations. So, the fourth Sustainable Development Goals is the quality education. So, what is education? Education is a process that gives people access to knowledge. So, this allows us to better understand our communities, values, and culture, build social skills, and get necessary training to perform different jobs when we will become adults. So according to data from the United Nations, more than 260 million children of the world are still not attending to school, or rather they cannot go to school. You heard right there. There are more than 260 million children around the world who do not or cannot go to school. Sometimes this happens when children live far away from their schools and have to travel very long distances every day to go to school. So all these things make quality education extremely important for a fulfilling and independent life. That's why it's a basic right for children, adolescents, and adults all over the world. This is also why it's the fourth Sustainable Development Goal to ensure that this right is respected and that children, adolescents, and adults have access to the education system. So that's the fourth Sustainable Development Goal of United Nations. So let's proceed to the fifth Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations. So the fifth Sustainable Development Goal is gender equality. So what is gender equality? So gender equality is when everyone has the same opportunities, rights, and privileges no matter what their gender is. It's when everyone is treated with respect in all aspects of their lives, whatever their gender is. So the situation women have lived throughout history have made the fight for gender equality about women having the same rights as men. So for example, in some countries, more than 750 million girls get married before they will become adults. Also, women still earn less money than men for the same jobs. And also, women have less access to education. So, for these reasons and many more, gender equality is a top priority as a sustainable development goal for the United Nations because it recognizes the importance of equal rights and opportunities for all genders in achieving sustainable development. It also aims to empower women and girls, reduce inequalities, and create a more inclusive and prosperous society. So that's the fifth Sustainable Development Goal of the United Nations, the gender equality. So that's all about my topic. Thank you.
I'm here to report about 6 to 11 Sustainable Development Goals of UN. So 6. Clean water and sanitation. This ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. 7. Affordable and clean energy. This ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. 8. Decent work and economic growth. Promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. 9. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure build. This resilient infrastructure promote exclusive and promote sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. 10. Reduce inequality. This reduce inequality within and among countries. And last is sustainable cities and communities. This can make cities and human settlement inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. That is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals aim to address global challenges and improve the well-being of people and the planet.
Responsible consumption and production. Goal 12. This goal focuses on promoting sustainable consumption and production patterns. Achieving responsible consumption and productions involves adopting practices such as recycling, minimizing waste, using resources efficiently, and embracing circular economy principles. This contributes to the overall goal of sustainable development by reducing the ecological footprint associated with the production and consumption of goods and services. So this is the examples: encouraging recycling, reducing waste, promoting energy efficiency in manufacturing processes, and adopting circular economy principles are all ways to contribute to responsible consumption and production. Climate action. Goal 13. Goal 13 emphasizes the urgent need to take action to combat climate change and its impacts. Climate actions involves implementing measures to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, adapting to the effect of climate change, and promoting sustainable practices that contribute to a lower carbon and more resilient future. This goal is essential for addressing one of the most critical global challenges, ensuring the well-being of both present and future generations. Examples: investing in renewable energy resources, implementing energy-efficient technologies, promoting sustainable transportation, and participating in international agreements to reduce greenhouse gas emissions are crucial actions for addressing climate change. Life below water. Goal 14 aims to conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources. It recognizes the importance of healthy marine ecosystems for biodiversity, livelihoods, and overall sustainability. Life below water involves efforts to combat overfishing, reduce marine pollution, protect marine habitats, and promote sustainable fisheries management. Preserving the health of oceans and marine life is crucial for global ecological balance and for the millions of people who depend on marine resources for their livelihoods. So, examples: collaborative efforts between governments, businesses, civil society, and international organizations to share knowledge, resources, and technology for sustainable development. Public-private partnerships and international cooperations are key components of achieving for the other SDGs. Examples: implementing sustainable fisheries management, reducing marine pollution, protecting coastal ecosystems, and establishing marine protected areas contribute to the preservation of life below water. Life on land. Goal 15 focuses on protecting and restoring terrestrial ecosystem, managing forests sustainably, combating desertification, and halting biodiversity loss. Achieving life on land involves efforts to prevent deforestation, restores degrading land, combat poaching and illegal wildlife trade, and promote sustainable land management practices. Preserving biodiversity and ensuring the health of terrestrial ecosystem. Example: forest conservation, afforestation and reforestation projects, sustainable land management, practices and efforts to combat illegal wildlife trafficking are all important for preserving life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions. Goal 16 aims to promote peaceful and inclusive societies, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions. It involves efforts to reduce corruption, ensure equal access to justice, promote human rights, and build accountable and transparent institutions. These elements are fundamental for creating an enabling environment for sustainable development and addressing the root causes of conflict and instability. So, examples: strengthening the role of law, combating corruption, ensuring equal access to justice, and promoting accountable and transparent institutions contribute to peace, justice, and strong institutions. Partnerships for the goal. Goal 17 emphasizes the importance of global collaboration and partnerships in achieving sustainable development. Partnerships for the goals involve fostering cooperation between countries, businesses, and organizations to share knowledge. This goal recognizes the interconnected nature of sustainable development and the need for collective efforts to address global challenges effectively.
This is my part in our group report on NGC 3. So the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, are a set of 17 global goals established by United Nations in 2015. They aim to address various social, economic, and environmental challenges to achieve more sustainable and equitable world by 2030. These goals cover areas such as poverty, hunger, health, education, gender equality, clean water, and climate change action. Among others, the idea is to promote sustainable development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own. So, in addition, these goals are interconnected, recognizing that progress in one area often relies on addressing challenges in others. Achieving the SDGs requires collaboration among government, businesses, civil society, and individuals worldwide. The agenda encourages a holistic and integrated approach to development that balances the economic, social, and environmental dimensions. That's all. Thank you.
I'm here to tackle about sustainable development goal. It's challenging to single out one sustainable development goal as the most sustainable, as they are interconnected. However, Goal 13, Climate Action, is crucial. It addresses urgent issues like reducing greenhouse gas emissions, enhancing resilience to climate-related disasters, and promoting sustainable practices. Success in climate action has cascading effects on other goals, making it a linchpin for overall sustainability. Certainly, Goal 13, Climate Action, is pivotal because climate change affects various aspects of sustainable development. By mitigating climate change, we contribute to poverty reduction. Goal 1 is food security, and 2, health, and the third is clean water, and the sixth, Goal 6, and biodiversity conservation. Goal 15, among others, additionally addressing climate change fosters innovation and resilient infrastructures. Goal 9, creating a foundation for sustainable development across multiple fronts.